The Argentines' wide weaknesses to draw first blood through Anthony Gordon before adopting an ultimately fatal try to break us down approach against gleefully. Stone, Saka, Eze and Rashford in for Anderson, Bellingham, Gordon and Tony replaces Kane up front. The line can fall for the three lines with Dean Henderson in goal, backline Joao Quansah, Ezri Konsa, Mark Gay and Jed Spence, Declan Rice in the lone pivot midfield, Marcus Rashford on the left, Bukayo Saka on the right, Morgan Roger and Ebere Eze in the centre, and those sort of attack midfield positions in behind Ivan Toney. We're underway here in Miami for the third place playoff. France gets underway, long ball towards the right hand side, goes straight out playing, will take the throw, Spence to Gay. Now Rice again, square to Gay. Back here for Dean Henderson, who is left side of his box. Square to Gay, moves it on to Jed Spence, who of course put that wonderful tackle when England were goal up on Wednesday evening. Gay now brings it out the penalty area and picks out Ebere Eze. Eze goes short and square to Quansah. Now is Konsa on the ball. Henderson in the 6-yard box. Henderson, right foot to pass, stroke to Spence, who just drops in field. Now Spence, space to glide over halfway. Then knocks it on for Rashford. Rashford now trying to drive inside. Rashford into attacking third, taking off him for Koundé, but now Rashford gets it back. And then Koundé, Barcelona teammates last season, but Barcelona did not sign Rashford. Instead went for Anthony Gordon, of course, gave England the dream of getting to the World Cup final when he put them in front, get to the final when he put them in front against Argentina. It is England on the ball with Ezri Konsa. Walks over halfway. Rogers turns just in front of the centre circle. Now across the attacking midfield line to Ebere Eze. Eze now just knocks it short. Close to the area with his right foot is Rashford. Trying to cut inside of Koundé. Rashford puts the ball in. Good head away though. In the middle there by Maxence Lacroix. And I picked off from Theo Hernandez. Inside to Rabiot. Hernandez again. That's rolled into the feet of Doué. Hernandez being pressed here from Saka. And Saka blocks Hernandez attempted balls down left hand side. Going to be a throw for France deep beside the half. England were dreaming of getting to the final when Anthony Gordon put them in front. And Argentina just showed their winning nous to find a way to turn that one around. Hernandez throw, flipped on for Rabiot. And now Doué holds off Konsa. Close the centre circle, poor pass there for Doué. Now Rice steps onto it. Rice inside left, Rice. Klein force, Rice's shot! Brilliant start for England in the third place playoff. And Declan Rice has been criticised for not running the midfield enough for England this tournament. How about that to silence your critics? Much more like the Declan Rice that we've seen over the course of the season in England and in Europe. That is excellent there from Declan Rice. It was Hernandez throw, flicked off for Rabiot. And Doué gave an awful pass to Telegraph. Rice stepped onto it in the inside left channel, drove towards the edge of the box, and just rifled it. Laces of his right boot. Mike Maignan in his pink kit was only spectator as it nestled low hard into his bottom left-hand corner. And that is just the response as well that England wanted from Wednesday's heartbreak. As Thomas Tuchel's looking to prove that he can beat top nations in charge of England. So France certainly be rocked by that start. And back underway. It is Konate in the centre circle. Well, it's Malo Gusto just in front of the halfway line. Back to Konate, being chased down from Rashford. And France have it with Jules Koundé. Jules Koundé now back into the feet of Warren Zaïre-Emery. Zaïre-Emery's complained of a lack of game time this tournament. He's got his chance now. It is Ibrahima Konate, square for Maxence Lacroix. Lacroix puts it forwards on the left wing, headed down from Doué. Now backwards to Hernandez, and France in their own territory with Lacroix. Lacroix, a few touches on the ball. Now here's Konate. Konate, just over halfway for Rabiot. And ball's down left-hand side for Désiré Doué. Adrien Rabiot holds on Morgan Rogers. Lovely flick to Kylian Mbappé, edge of the box. Now into the air, Mbappé. Mbappé, Rice blocks Mbappe's shot. And England clear out the area through Morgan Rogers. France have it back. About 8-9 yards in England half. And there's Rabiot too. Theo Hernandez. Now Zaïre-Emery tries to play defence splitting pass. There's rolls to Dean Henderson. Of course, Morgan Rogers, by the way, set to move to Chelsea for a whopping 117 million. His head's just got to be focused on this match. As Konsa, and have his former Villa teammate, as it crossed the back here for Marc Guéhi. So in the centre circle with Tony. Now Rice, the goal scorer in the opening 5 minutes for England. Rice again, just in front of halfway, combining here with Rogers. Short square pass from Tony. Rogers on the ball again. Quansah. Rice, first time, delicately knocked over halfway. Now Tony dropping deep. Give it to Rogers, tries to slide it through for Rashford. But Konate well positioned. It's a nice pass of Konate as well to Rabiot. France still in their half. Hernandez and just lays it off to Doué. And now here's France with Adrien Rabiot. A little step overs in the defence midfield position. France looking to get out the half. Pass on the corner, flip from Mbappé, but well read from Konsa. Now Konsa look to set away Saka, he finds him. But Lacroix keeps pace. Now Saka into the box, puts the cross in. Can't reach Eze, but it finds Rashford. Rashford shot deflects just wide. England on the front foot here. Where was this England when they needed a second goal to get off the semi-final on Wednesday? There's much more like it from the three lines. Malo Gusto blocking Rashford's shot. There was a Konsa started it off, intercepting a pass and then feeding it down the right-hand side for Saka. His cross found Rashford. It was a good block there from Malo Gusto. But England looking for a second goal. Just approaching the 7th minute here in Miami. France 0, England 1 in the third place playoff. Declan Rice to deliver from the left-hand side. Can he add an assist to go with his early goal? So Declan Rice corner towards the back post and too high for everyone. Konsa chasing it down. And Konsa, well, he tries to keep it in play. He's actually successful in doing that. He reaches it, gives it to Eze. Konsa now level the penalty area, looking for Rogers. Rogers turns, right side of the box. Rogers lays off to Eze. Eze's shot blocked from Theo Hernandez. Now Doué. It's a sharp turn here. And now ball through for Kylian Mbappé, just a bit too far and behind him. Got it stuck on his foot, Mbappé. And it's picked up here now by Ezri Konsa. Rice. Rogers turns adjacent to the centre circle. Goes back to Rice. Rogers just beyond the halfway line. Goes to the switch onto the chest of Rashford. England just over 40 yards on goal. Rashford and Phil to Eze. England on halfway with Spence. Time in the centre circle for Declan Rice now. Rice. Then Tony has his arm up, but instead goes to the inside left channel for Eze. Poor touch initially, but gets his pass off to Rashford. Back down left for Eze. Good strength from Eze. Then was he clipped there from Jules Koundé? Looks like the decision has gone in Barry Eze's favour. Eze just had his right ankle clipped there. Actually, it was Malo Gusto with the foul. So it will be a free kick for England on the left-hand side, but there's a clear trip there from Malo Gusto. So free kick on the left-hand side for Declan Rice to take. See if he can put in a little dangerous delivery over the three lines. Looking to go 2 up in the opening 10 here in Miami. Declan Rice now, right-footed, free kick comes in. Nodded up into the air for Konaté. Bounce off the chest of Tony. Now France with Ryan Cherki, and Cherki can't pick out Michael Olise, and Rice just brings it back into his own half turn. Turns now, he's looking forwards it. Instead just taps it spur onto Spence. Now Gay in the centre circle. Getting a light pass from him to Konsa. England comfortable on the ball at the back here. Gay. 3 yards to Rice. Rice now right-footed, just over halfway to Spence. Spence looking for a full pass, goes square to Eze. Back in the England half of Spence, being trapped down from Desiree Doué. Spence went safe to Henderson. Now Gay bringing it further and further out the back. Still has to lay it off to Konsa though. Gay asking for it back. Konsa looking for a more advanced pass. Konsa now tries to play it behind for Rashford, but easily read in the end from Malo Gusto. Now Lacroix, left-footed. France hold it up on halfway, then Mbappe. Tidy feet from Mbappe. He's held off Ponce well. Now here come France down the left-hand side. And a ball into Desiree Doué. Great interception from Konsa. Forced to Ryan Cherki. Shot pushed away from Pickford. Spence clears out the box. France 25 yards from goal. Zaire Emery shot deflects. And a simple catch in the end for Dean Henderson. It was a really good save from Henderson. From Ryan Cherki. Rasping drive Henderson. Push it away. Now England walking out the back here with Mark Gay. Square to Eze. Just over 10 minutes gone in Miami. Declan Rice with the goal. 3rd minute. Put England front. Henderson clips it. Easy control there for João Konsa. Konsa now coming up to the halfway line. And leaves it for Rodgers. Rodgers has to run a Saka ahead of him. Now he finds Saka. What a chance for England. Saka, right side of the box. Saka cuts in. Saka shots the bottom corner. And England are flying in Miami. 2 goals to good. Oh, the flag's up. The flying is up against Bukayo Saka. Another huge warning for France. It was Morgan Rodgers who fed the perfectly weighted ball, but Saka made his movement a bit too early. Great finish over Saka. Now here come France. Olise, heavy touch in the box. He was combining with Mbappe. Gay back for Spence in the 6-yard area. Quick pass off to Konsa. Konsa clears away on his fast Hernandez. His pass towards the box, blocked from Gay. Saka pokes it to Konsa, close to the corner flag. And Doué blocks Konsa's ball. That'll do for England. That'll be a throw on England's right side for Konsa to take. Flip backwards from Rabiot. He just ran under Zaire Emery's right foot, but has time to collect it. Zaire Emery to Rabiot on the stretch. France in the centre circle with Konaté. And Zaire Emery. And square to his right to Malo Gusto. Gusto. Short ball down that near side to Olise. Doesn't return it to Gusto though. Olise going backwards. Zaire Emery just inside the England half. Now it's Konaté in the centre circle. Even with Konaté, a little roll the ball under his right boot. Square to Lacroix. Here's Theo Hernandez. And Phil to Rabiot. Back to Hernandez. Now Lacroix. Konaté. France in the centre circle. Konaté's pass. Goes wide right to Michael Olise. Back heel to Malo Gusto. Now Zaïre just ahead of the send circle. Here's Lacroix to Konate. Konate now it's wide right again with Michael Olise level with the area. Olise cuts in onto his left foot. Michael Olise now inside of D. Good tackle there from Spence. Surely a foul on Toney. And his ankle clip from Lacroix. Toney looks for a quick free kick. It's blocked from Zaïre, but it will be a retake for England. Saka is definitely offside a minute or so ago. It's such a good finish though for Saka. Well, that goal was ruled out now. England with Declan Rice on halfway. Square to the centre circle to Gate. That's left still in the centre circle with Eze. Eze now. Square to Rodgers. First time to Eze. Now Rodgers trying to advance on the inside right. Good tackle there from Zaïre. Now Mbappe facing his own box. Now Mbappe turns away from Gate. France over halfway. And now Zaïre. It's wide left here with Desiré Doué just behind the penalty area, but now he's facing backwards. Now Doué has the short forward option of Mbappe. He's been doubled up on by Saka and Quansah. Mbappe to the byline. Mbappe's low ball in. It's cleared away for a corner kick by Marc Guéhi. Mbappe managing to get a cross in against two England players, which Messi managed to do. Argentina's winner the other night. Short corner from France. Ryan Cherki. Now a cross lifting for Doué. Headed away though from Toney. Out the area now. Cherki has it. In line with the centre circle. In the England half now, Michael Olise. France still just by the centre circle. Now inside it with Olise. Rolls off to Konate. Square to his right to Gusto. Tap to Olise. And France midway in the England half. Desiré Doué. But Doué will look backwards. Doesn't he reach the feet of Konate? Back will go all the way back to Mike Maignan. And outside his area. Lacroix. Here's Konate in the centre circle. England just backing off for the time being. France in the centre circle with Zaïre. Now Adrien Rabiot. Left-footed pass now to Malo Gusto. France just over midway in the England half. And they enter the attacking third with Olise. Good work from Spence, sticking to him tightly. So Olise uses his support on Gusto. Gusto trying to make a run behind, but Olise again being tightly marked from Spence. Spence aggressively pressing still. Konate now, he's tackled from Spence. The ball does roll forward to France, but no one making a run down that right-hand side. So time for Rashford to collect it. Just over a quarter now gone here in Miami. France 0, England 1. Just a reminder, by the way, if you are watching the game as well as listening, make sure you are watching through your local broadcaster. Guéhi into the centre circle. It's left-footed to Quansah. Declan Rice. And tying the ball from Declan Rice. He's playing as that lone defence midfielder. It's Eze short to Guéhi. Eze again. Eze now left-footed. It's gone back from Quansah to Konsa. Now here's Marc Guéhi. Clips over top, trying to get Rashford in behind, too far ahead of Rashford though. Mike Maignan easily claims right side of his box. Magnan's rolled it to Lacroix. Here's Konate. Gusto. Walking the ball currently. Gusto now finds Zaïre being pressed up and Toney, but Zaïre is press resistant. Zaïre right-footed to his midfield partner Rabiot. 3 yards behind the centre circle now. Plays it forwards for Zaïre between the England forward line. Zaïre inside right, midway in the England half. Now it's left for Malo Gusto. Backwards to Rabiot, but France enjoying possession here. Rabiot looks towards the forward line, cleared away from Gage and nipped it underneath at the feet of Olise. Now can England counter Eze? Forward to Saka. Is Saka onside this time? With Saka into the box. Saka cuts in. Saka shot deflects over. Brilliant chance for Saka to make it 2-0. Again, making that dangerous run and behind. Eze fed it. I think Saka might have been off again. He just chopped inside Lacroix, but Lacroix managed to get a really good block on it with his right leg. Diverts it over the bar. But England causing so many issues with the pace of Saka and behind. And Saka Wasn't flagged as offside. So England do have the corner to take on the left through Declan Rice. So Rice now lifts the corner towards near post. Headers in! 2-0 to England. Ezri Konsa. And England are on course for a bronze medal. 80 minutes played. And the three lines are flying. Declan Rice, one of his trademark corners. Ezri Konsa just peeled off his man. France at 6 and 7 in Deschamps' farewell. Not the farewell at all that Didier Deschamps is hoping for as it stands. Yeah, Declan Rice just nonchalantly lifted it in. And it was Konsa against Rabiot. Konsa had the run on him. Rose above the French midfielder. Perfect contact. Again, Mike Maignan, just a spectator for another England goal. Konsa put it right into Magnan's bottom left-hand corner. And England, as it stands, are on for their highest finish in this tournament since the infamous 1966 win on home territory. France 0, England 2. Malo Gusto's pass cut up from Declan Rice to flex off Elise. Eze left wing trying to take it around Gusto. But Gusto gets himself in between Eze and the ball and wins the free kick for France. Plenty of time for France to turn it around, but certainly it has been a real poor start, and France is just picking up from where they left off against the Spanish. Hernandez looks over the top on the far side. Henderson needs to get to it, and actually Henderson could take a couple of steps back into his area to pick it up. It's just too much on it in the end for Doué on France's left. And England have scored both their shots on target so far. Ivan Toney, nice feet in the centre circle, and just clipped as well from Ibrahima Konate. 20 minutes gone here in Miami. France 0, England 2. England looking for their first ever bronze medal in this competition. So Mark Gay take the free kick. And England half just by the centre circle. Gay to Spence. Now Spence looking to get the attacking third. Square to Rashford, backwards to Eze. Eze left footed. It's on halfway with Gay. Gay now back out to left hand side to Eze. Looks in the box, finds Toney. Toney, can he hold off his man? Toney trying to give his foot against Konate. Toney on the byline. Toney squeezes the cross in. But very easy for Maignan to claim. Well, actually, the flag was up against Ivan Toney anyway. Quick free kick from Mike Maignan. France now. Surgeon falls for Théo Hernandez. Squares it wide to his left-sided partner, Desiré Doué. Here's Mbappe. Mbappe turns back 7-8 yards in England half. Desiré Doué scoops it out to the near side. Now Ryan Cherki. Cherki just under 30 yards in goal. Gusto links up with Elise. Gusto again wide right, back to Ryan Cherki. Just over 35 yards from the target. Now Konate in England half to Rabiot. Wide left with Théo Hernandez. Good work from Quanta, sticking to him tightly, forcing Hernandez to go back in the centre circle to Lacroix. Sweeps it now on the inside right to Malo Gusto's midway in England half. France wide right with Elise now approaching the box. Goes in the field to Cherki. Tiny feet from Cherki, just behind him for Elise. Elise, just over 25 yards from goal. Lifts the pass to Mbappe. Inside left channel, Mbappe, 23 yards from the target. Mbappe's corner, wide of Henderson's goal. And I'll tell you what, he left Henderson rooted to the spot. Kylian Mbappe, just a chance to cut inside. She was further away, actually quite a bit further away. And I thought the naked eye there from Kylian Mbappe. Pretty simple job for Dean Henderson to watch that whistle wide. Now we can have that hydration break. Where England playing some really good stuff so far. Declan Rice and Ezri Konsa with the goal. Saka using his pace really well and behind as a threat. Ivan Toney's linked up well. Eze and Rogers get on the ball. Declan Rice, that was more like him. And obviously he's had illness this tournament, and he's had really such a frustrating tournament health-wise. Declan Rice with he had a stomach bug and he's been nursing muscle issue as well. Again, he's been given the captaincy for this one. There were moments Ezri Konsa as well to score a major tournament for England, perfectly planted there, but so far so good. Good to see Jarell Quansah as well back in the team. We also had a 2-match suspension from that Mexico game. Again, lots of questions asked as to why Quansah wasn't allowed to be a part of the Argentina game. Second match suspension, but France, so much attacking talent, but again, from that Spain game, they've been absolutely awful. Toothless in the final third, all over the place at the back. So William Saliba going off with his back issue. Upon certainly hasn't helped France's cause at all defensively. Yeah, Doué's pass was so slack. He just put it on the plate for Declan Rice to run into space down left-hand side for that England opener, but France have gone up it. Again, they've had got themselves in dangerous positions, but England defensively been pretty comfortable so far. Mbappe had that shot curled quite a bit wide a moment ago. Really, Henderson pretty comfortable. 24 minutes so far. Miami. And this was a scene where England defeated Norway in the quarters. 2-1. That wasn't a pretty performance that night, but we got England through to the semis, and the nation was really starting to believe that it wasn't to be. 60 years of hurt will roll on. Can they at least get the first ever bronze medal in this competition? So we're just coming up to the 25th minute. Hydration break now is concluded. We're in Miami. It is France 0, England 2. So we're ready now to get things away. Can we see a response from the French? And at 20 minutes we've got left in this first half. Konsa starts things off, giving it to Pickford. Giving it to Henderson. Now it's gone square to Konsa. Here's Declan Rice, just picking up on that inside right channel in the England half. Square for Konsa, now short for Eze. And it is Gay. Just beyond the centre circle, it's Declan Rice. Square to his left to Eze. Spence just beyond the halfway line. Spence, right footed. And just swept backwards from Rashford. And it is England with Declan Rice again. Now Rice sprays it out to the right hand side. Quansah going to get to Quansah, keeps in play. He's stretching right foot. Hernandez now gets the ball by the corner flag, clears his lines. There will be an England throw. Great work from Jarell Quansah to stretch all the way on the far side to keep it in play. England take the throw backwards. It was Rice to Konsa. Ball will stop the moment. Konsa 2 yards behind the halfway line. And England's number 2. Down the line for Quansah. Now back here to Rice on the halfway line. Eze. Here's Declan Rice. And it's not a pass on for him. This goes behind him in defence for Konsa. Now Gay dropping deep with Rogers. Konsa now just knocks it back for Dean Henderson in his area. It's gone short to Mark Gay. Gay now square across the back line to Konsa. Ezri Konsa. Fair few touches on the ball. Midway in the England half. Back now for Henderson. Mark Gay. Dean Henderson again. On the half turn is Declan Rice. Middle of the England half. Now he finds Morgan Rogers. Puts it through legs of Rabiot, but can't take it properly round him. France in the centre circle. Zaïre. And now here for Mbappe. Rolls it through, and it's gone on the body of Henderson, but cleared off the line for Gay. And that was absolutely massive there from Mark Gay. Quick play from France. Kylian Mbappe was sent through. In fact, actually wouldn't have counted. An offside flag up against Kylian Mbappe, but Zaïre moved it quickly on for Désiré Doué. Mbappe, that was tight. I'm not entirely sure he's off there. He squeezed it under the body of Henderson, but there was Gay on the line. 2-9 Mbappe, but they blocked it with his chest mark, Gay. In the end, offside against France. England go long. Start here now with Magnan. Magnan to Lacroix. 28 minutes played in Miami. France 0, England 2. So England responding from their semi-final defeat. Well, France are now to Gil from Desiree Doué. Further back here from France, and now Hernandez to Lacroix. Canate. And close down from Eze. Now for Gusto. It's really poor there from Malo Gusto. Sharp turn halfway for Spence. Spence he was nudged into from Rabiot. Nothing given though in Spence's favour. France now play out the centre circle through Zaï-Emery. Desiree Doué, a few step overs. Doué now, 30 yards and goal. That's left for Rabiot. Mbappe, Rabiot makes an advanced run. Mbappe, a few step overs. Mbappe, 25 yards and goal. Clips it now towards the right hand side. Malo Gusto keeps it alive by the corner flag. Is it backwards on the near side for Elise? Elise drifts in. Elise. Again, Spence not allowing time to shoot, so Elise goes square now to feet of Michael Elise. Now Elise scoops in the box, but it's headed away from Konsa. And time for Quansah to pick it up. João Quansah. And Doué trying to engage with him. And backwards here now for Konsa. Konsa just taking a few yards forwards in the England area. Now brings it out the box. Konsa finds Tony again, dropping deep. Now Tony flips it onto the chest of Eze. England still in their half, but moving it well. Just slowing things down. Barry Eze. Tiny feet. Tony back heel towards Eze. Miscontrols it on the halfway line. Now here come France. Inside right, ball from Elise to Mbappe, edge of the box. Mbappe, right side of the area. Mbappe trying to cut in. Good standing challenge there from Declan Rice to get it back for the three lines. It's Rice to Rashford, pinning Malo Gusto. Gusto makes a challenge with his left foot, rolls out of play. And that will be a throw for England. Half hour gone in Miami. And it is France 0, England 2. In this third place playoff. It is England on the ball with Gay. Rice and Konsa with the goals. And now it's Eze. It's the feet of Konsa. Now Rashford. Eze. Declan Rice right-footed. And João Quansah, England's about 10 yards behind the halfway line. And Rice links up with Gay. Gay's pass too telegraphed. It intercepted from Rabiot, but there's actually rolled just over halfway. It's the right wing where Saka goes backwards to his Arsenal teammate Declan Rice. And it's swept from Konsa to Spence. And just taps it over halfway to Rashford. Rashford with the ball stopped at the moment. 2 yards in front of halfway now. Eze on the halfway line backwards to Gay. Mark Gay. Right footer now is Dean Henderson. England's on the ball with Ezri Konsa. And Cherki's trying to put the pressure on the England back line. Down midfield with Rice. Backwards here for Konsa. Quansah from Doué in field for Rice. Rice now being pressed from Rabiot. There's a clip on João Quansah. So it will be free kick for England to take. On the right hand side. There's Doué now. And it's Quansah. Back up off the turf. And it's just a slight raised arm there from Doué in the face of Quansah. Correct decision to give a free kick. And England just walking out from the back with Konsa. And now Eze. Spence. Obviously just over halfway. Now Rashford into the feet Eze. And Eze's pass just came off the heel of Spence in the end, who's making a surgery run down the inside left. Elise back in the box, so Lacroix. Lacroix again. Sees it from Teo Hernandez. France just can't wait for half time as things stand. Haven't got going at all. So is France in the centre circle, just over halfway. Here for Ryan Cherki, a tackle on Mbappe by Konsa. Now is Morgan Rogers. Driving over halfway, Rogers for Rashford. And now Rashford, 30 yards to go. Rashford, tiny feet, Rashford goes a shot, and it's pushed away from Mike Maignan. Rasping drive for Marcus Rashford. And just stung the palms of Maignan. And Rashford, a lovely skill, just dragging it through the legs of Warren Zaïre-Emery. Rashford let fly with the right foot. Maignan pushed away to safety. Out for a corner kick to England on the... In fact, actually, the flag went up against England. It's a free kick for France, and now England win it back straight away with Morgan Rogers. Now it's Declan Rice. Not quite sure the free kick was given there. Maybe found the build-up. Rashford got it back. Spence now, he's tackled by Ryan Cherki. Trickled out of play. It will be a throw here for France to take. Thomas Tuchel absolutely furious with the linesman. He felt France should have had a free kick a moment ago. Rabiot now clips it over the halfway line. And now it's Mbappe, left-hand side of the box. Mbappe cuts in. Mbappe tied the deficit. No, denied by Dean Henderson. Great chance for Mbappe. Got it on target, but Henderson pushed it away to his left-hand side. France's best chance so far. So they looked half the deficit. Corner on the right-hand side. Elise just lays it off to Mbappe, short. Elise again. Elise dispossessed by Saka. Awful corner from the French. Now England can try and counter. Saka has the support of Rogers just behind halfway. Now Rogers looks towards the right-hand side. It's well controlled for Tony. Now what a counter-attack for England. Tony to Saka. Saka gets his touch wrong. Just take around Maignan, but it's a triangle for Saka. Saka now cuts it back for Rogers. Edge of the box too far though for Rogers. Couldn't get to it. Now France's turn to come forward. Go over halfway with Elise. Out wide is Mbappe. Pouring the men around him. Rice with the challenge and breaks it for Elise. Mbappe then takes heavy touch. He was under pressure from the sliding Declan Rice. Speaking of Rice, has it in the England box. And squared to Gate. Just under 10 minutes of this first half to go. France 0, England 2. France get it back. And it is Augusto to Cherki. Looks Augusto in the box. Intercepted from Spence. And Cherki again. Lovely extravagant feet to flick it short for Malo Gusto. Cherki. Back was on the inside right for Zaïre-Emery. Elise, now it's flicked into the feet of Desiree Doué. Cross in. It's punched away from Henderson. Now quickly from Saka. Now England can counter. Saka. He swept it to Rashford. Rashford, can he make it 3? Rashford tried to play on the body. Maignan denied. Chance for Saka. Saka shot too tight. It's been blocked. Rashford tight angle being closed out from Maignan. And Elise, and it's been put in. Rashford got it back for Saka. Who tucks it home? It's 3-0 to England. And what a first half they are having. Well, Thomas Tuchel accused of not being attacking enough after England scored the opener on Wednesday. Well, is this attack enough for you all? What a first half from England against hapless France. And it all started from the France attack. Ryan Cherki put the cross in, punched away from Henderson. Tony was actually tackled, but it fell to Saka. He sent away Rashford. Rashford had the first chance to make it 3. Tried to roll under the body, and Maignan denied. Saka then got onto it. Saka shot blocked from Lacroix. Rashford got it back for Saka. And look, it was Theo Hernandez tried to clear it on the line, but he got a foot to it, but failed to properly clear it. You can only get a touch to divert it into the roof of the net. Saka got enough on it. And that was a real nice swept finish for Bukayo Saka. How England wished they were doing this to the final. But better late than never, I suppose. Still be an achievement for England to get a bronze medal. And we are back underway. Albeit, obviously, this is the game where it's always dubbed, no one wants to play it. When you are playing it, you want to try and enjoy yourself and get the win. And Mbappe cheaply loses it against Konsa. Rice now for Rodgers. Rice again. Eze. Midfield's working really well. Rice, Eze and Rodgers. It is Declan Rice squaring it to beat Quanta. And now Saka up against Hernandez. Saka going to get across and Saka goes low. Cleared up to the air from Lacroix. Now bouncing. Lacroix manages to stop it from going for a corner. Plays the left footed only as far as Morgan Rodgers, who was 35 yards and goal wide right. England now with Declan Rice, about 3 yards in front of the halfway line. Eze, England back in their territory. Eze to Konsa. Now Bereze. Goes to his left again. Them formed a really nice relationship at Crystal Palace. His teammates now Gay over halfway for Spence. England attacking the left with Rashford. Rashford now trying to drive the outside of his man. Beats Gusto with ease. Rashford. Oh, it's a really poor cross though from Rashford. Got it all wrong. And simple catch in the end for Mike Maignan. Now here is France on the ball with Lacroix. Half turn from Doué. And now Konate. Not trying to slowly get forwards here. Malo Gusto rolls it down the inside right. Doué gets it, then taken away from him from Jed Spence. That was good work from Konsa holding off Doué. In fact, actually, the referee, Jesus Valenzuela, actually given a free kick in France's favour, which Elise looks to lift towards Mbappe in the box, but too much on it from Elise. And that will be a goal kick to England. 3-0 up here in Miami. Could they even add to that tally in the remaining 5 minutes? We've gotten this first half. It was a Saka had 2 bites of cherry for that third England goal. First one blocked from Lacroix, and then second one couldn't be stopped on line from Hernandez. Now England wide right with Saka into the box. Saka puts the cross in, goes for everyone, but wide. Again, Saka just managed to cut in. Loft the cross in. No one was there trying to anticipate it. And it'll be a goal kick for France. A relief there for the French. And Saka got himself in a great position. Gusto to Elise. Flicks it back for Malo Gusto. Now space for Gusto to run into over halfway. England caught out here. Now Gusto's ball inside, deflects off Rice. Still goes forward to France, but cleared away comfortably from Quanta. Now Saka in room just behind the centre circle. Saka, lovely diagonal to Marcus Rashford. Rashford into the box now. Rashford, ball to centre, just under the right boot of Ivan Toney. What a chance for England to make it 4. Now France by the centre circle. With Ryan Cherki whips it towards the left for Mbappe to run onto. Mbappe sent out wide from Gay. Now Mbappe facing the Man City centre back up. Mbappe trying to get a cross in. Yeah, he does well though, has Doué behind him. Mbappe now Cherki miscontrols on the edge of the box. Rice back for Konsa. Pass it to Eze in the deep. Here's Rice. England just passed it with ease. Eze. Now Declan Rice again. Half turn for Morgan Rodgers. And now Declan Rice. Bereze. Squared to Jed Spence. Spence, right-footed. Behind him for Gay. Gay just walking it up from the back of England. And just so comfortable at the moment. And their 3-goal lead. Now Gay eventually released it short to Toney in the England half. Then Gay taps it to Toney. Toney spreads it out to Saka. Hits Saka against Hernandez. Saka now, edge of the box. And just goes behind him for Rodgers. Now, just behind the D is Toney. Ivan Toney passed a little bit behind of Saka. And it rolls out. Poor French, though. France just begging for that half-time whistle to go. To be honest, probably they won't say anything, but probably the full-time whistle. And it's just fallen apart for them since the whistle went for that semi-final against Spain. Again, since that whistle blew for that match, France have scored none, conceded 5. And England do concede a throw, but on the halfway line, Spence for the tackle on Gusto. Gusto throws it short for Elise. Cherki, here's Elise. Now Zaïre-Emery. And plays it through the centre circle. Now Lacroix. Tap to Theo Hernandez. Left footed now, Doué inside to Rabiot. And the stretch collected here from Cherki. Now Elise trying to drive through the middle. France in the attacking third. Malo Gusto in the box. Gusto goes to low ball in. Couldn't find Cherki though. Plenty of time here for Quanta. And now sweeps it low for Rodgers. Rodgers trying to run for Desiree Doué. England just slowing it down. Here's Saka. And just plays it back to his right side of partner Quanta. Into last minute normal time in this first half here in Miami, where England lead the third place playoff 3-0. Gay to Rice has moved in between the two centre backs. Gay again. Now Rashford. About 4 yards inside his own half. Spent. Half turn for Rashford. England just playing the game at walking pace here. Oh, just like a team that just want this tournament to end now. That Rice still in between the two centre backs. And square to Gay. Running onto it is Eze. Eze is passed back now for Dean Henderson. Henderson right footed. Is Gay in the box. Now Rice in the deep. Right footed pass collected from Rodgers. Just about keeps it away from Zaïre-Emery. Now Bukayo Saka. About 4 yards behind him. Just left footed to Rodgers. Barry Eze. Eze now halfway, 4 minutes of stoppage time in this first half here in Miami. Can England make it 4-0? Well, the break, Spence goes down left hand side in the attacking third, and the free kick has actually been given in Jed Spence's favour. Konate clipped him in the referee's eyes. Yeah, Konate furious for the referee. That was actually a little clip from Malo Gusto. But yeah, some would say that is a soft free kick. It's taken short from England. Spence to Gay. Floats it out to left-hand side onto the midriff of Rashford. Jed Spence, just over 30 yards and goal. Pass goes backwards now for Rice. England on the halfway with Gay. Sharp turn from Eze, waiting for Zaïre-Emery. Now Eze through the middle for Saka. Saka shoots 4! Oh my word! England are strolling to bronze medal in the 4 minutes of stoppage time. England get goal number 4. Half of them scored by Bukayo Saka. And France just opened at will here. What a turn it was from Barry Eze. Saka made the run in behind. Controlled it in the centre of the air and just tucked it beyond the reach of Mike Maignan. Yeah, again, lovely turn there from Barry Eze away from Zaïre-Emery. And Saka just swept it left-footed beyond the reach of Mike Maignan. Excellent finish from Bukayo Saka, who's had a frustrating tournament fitness-wise. Came into it with an injury. At least he is getting some goals to his name. So midway into the 4 minutes of stoppage time, France 0, England 4. Don't think many were expecting that scoreline. So England now feel like they just score as many as they want. The way that French defence are just open up, that everywhere, and the team's an open mess at the moment. So back underway is Adrien Rabiot. Half turn for Zaïre-Emery. Tell you what, he's complaining about the lack of game time. He's not really He's probably shown why he's had a lack of game time this World Cup. Konate walks on to halfway. Konate's pass cut that with Declan Rice. Can England get the 5th before the half-time whistle goes? Tony to Saka, who's on a hat-trick. Saka 25 yards out. Saka now lofts it towards Rashford, but Rashford was in offside position, left it. And it's a goal kick for France. Wins the last minute of first half stoppage time. I just think for a second, could England get a 5th there? Where they were just motoring forwards, but yeah, it just couldn't quite happen for them. But not to worry, they'll gladly take the 4 going into the break. 45 seconds left. Stoppage time myself. Now Mbappe dispossessed from Quansah. Saka inside it for Rodgers. And now Tony, tight angle, right side of the box. Tony hits off Lacroix, so England will have one last chance to get number 5 before the break. Tony just hitting off Maxence Lacroix. Again, England have already scored from one corner. And they had a second. So Declan Rice is the usual corner taker, but Saka also takes them for Arsenal as well. And this one being on the right hand side, it is Saka's duty to take this one. And Saka puts it down in the quadrant. Let's see what he can do from this corner kick before the half-time whistle will go here. So Saka will deliver towards near post. Mannion punches and then cleared in the air from Doué. Control for Saka. And the flag goes up against England. I think it was a foul on Mike Mannion. And indeed Gay was impeding Mannion. And there goes the half-time whistle in Miami. France have had another awful half of football. England 4 goals to the good half of them scored from Bukayo Saka. Declan Rice opened the scoring inside the opening 3 minutes, was latched onto Doué's misplaced pass, and Rice striding forwards, blasting it into the bottom corner. Quansah scored from a corner to make it 2, and then Saka with a double before the break. Yeah, England have opened France up at will in that first half. Half-time here in the 3rd place playoff. France 0, England 4.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.
Hello and welcome back here to Miami in the third place playoff, where it's France 0, England 4. Quite incredible scoreline. Again, France just like they've given up really since that opening England goal from Declan Rice in the 3 minutes. And again, it's not the farewell Didier Deschamps would have wanted, but England on course, their first ever bronze medal in this competition. So France are bringing on some reinforcements at the break. England also making a sub of their own. Rashford off for Watkins. It'll be a top with Watkins and Tony. And France open that their quadruple change can certainly make a difference. Obviously, I think this third place playoff has pretty much gone away for them. It's damage limitation now for France, and England ready to get us underway for the second half. By the way, while watching the game as well as listening, make sure you're watching through your local broadcaster, as England be open to score a few more in this second half to win this third place playoff in ultimate style. So Rice plays it back now, and it's long from Henderson towards the right. Tony trying to trap it. Tony knocks off of Barcola. He's one of the players who came on. Ousmane Dembele on as well. So it is Dean Henderson. Right foot on top of the ball. Henderson to Rodgers. Acres of space in the middle of the England half. Rice calling for it. And Rice eventually receives it from Rodgers. Moves on for Eze. Eze on halfway now. England looking to attack the left-hand side. Jed Spence has 4 men around him. Spence now trying to weave his way through. Dembele puts a challenge in. Dembele goes down. Ball comes off the corner flag. And looks like the decision's gone in France's favour. Just a reminder, it was Ibrahima Konate, Theo Hernandez, Desiree Doué and Ryan Cherki all came on for Deo Upamecano, Luca Dean, Bradley Barcola and Ousmane Dembele. And speaking with Dembele, long ball pinged towards him on the right-hand side, but the flag is up against the Ballon d'Or winner. He's had an underwhelming tournament overall, to be honest. It's actually a throw to England. So it's taken from Spence. Gay clears. As far as Zaïre. Zip forward from Gusto. Stepping onto its Konsa. Clears it only as far as Rabiot, who's just under 30 yards out. The inside right, Zaïre. Dispossessed from Rice. Rice now square for Eze. Eze knocks it back. Now Gay steps onto it. And lays it off to Declan Rice. Just approaching the second minute of this second half. England are in utter cruise control. 4 goals to good. Gay and Rodgers combined. What's on the left-hand side with Spence. Can certainly hold his head up high with the tournament he's had. Gay to Henderson. Dean Henderson now drills it towards the halfway line. Cut out low from Gusto. Played first time with Dembele in the attacking third, but Rice reads it. Now Rice forwards quickly to Tony. England with Watkins on the left-hand side. Watkins again. Watkins dispossessed from Upamecano. Now inside here for Michael Olise. Olise 24 yards out. Slides it for Mbappe. Tucks it beyond the reach of Dean Henderson into his bottom left-hand corner. Well, there's one back for France. They couldn't, could they? Oh, we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second half. France have at least once their name, something for their fans to cheer about. Say cheer, just a little clap ready for that Mbappe goal. Watkins, well, it looked like he was tackled cleanly from Upamecano. It was square to Olise. Olise about 25 yards out. Just slid the ball in behind of Konsa. Mbappe ran onto it, just side-footed it beyond the reach of Dean Henderson. Absolutely nothing the England goalkeeper could do about that. France won. England 4 here in Miami. England should still probably win this, but you never know. One from the restart from England. Now they lose it in the centre circle. It's Lacroix. Upamecano. Now Mbappe inside left. Kylian Mbappe floats it out wide to Barcola. That's infield here with Dembele. Mbappe, tiny feet. Rice tries to put a challenge in. Now Olise takes charge of the ball, edge of the area. France now 23 yards in goal. Dembele. As Olise in support. Olise back to Dembele. He's facing away from goal. Zaïre. Now France here with Barcola. Infield here for Olise. He's going to go for a try. Olise 24 yards out. Looks to link up with Mbappe. Mbappe, though, challenged from Konsa. Rice comes away with the ball. Rice not full pass on. He's looking back here, Rice. Now Rice swivels inside, gives it to Rodgers. That's nice play from Rice. Even better play from Rodgers, holding off Barcola. Now England can move over halfway with Quansah. Joao Quansah, heavy touch, but manages to stab it out to Saka. Saka cuts in. Now Saka to Watkins. Watkins shot for a tight position in the box, well wide. And the end from Ollie Watkins, but it was good play by England on the transition. Just not the finishing touch from Watkins. Dembele. Back for Upamecano. Bends it, right-footed. Can he find his intended target down the right? He does do so. With Olise. Olise now surged into the box. Tackle from Rice, and Henderson gets down to it. It deflected off Declan Rice and was going towards Henderson's bottom right corner. But Dean Henderson got down to it. And now here is Rodgers. Back here with Gay. Clips it, controlled it from Eze. Now Declan Rice just inside the England box. Back to Gay. Square to Henderson. Henderson moves it away from Mbappe. Dean Henderson goes direct. Can he find Saka? Good climbing header there from Dean. Now sharp turn in the centre circle from Rabiot away from Tony. Chip ball from Olise towards the box. Header from Konsa. Stepping onto his Rabiot. Volley's just wide. Well, France certainly had an earful from Didier Deschamps at the break. They come up much better this half, though. They couldn't have been any worse, to be honest. And Rabiot connected that one better. And England could have been in real trouble there. And it was a fortunate bringing that Rabiot Couldn't quite catch that the way he wanted to with his left boot. So Mbappe now is the leading goal scorer at this tournament on 9. So Messi's on 8. Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane both locked on 6 if Tuchel did decide to bring them 2 off the bench. Rice now on the centre circle to Saka. Poor touch though. Elise. Now Mbappe, 30 yards and goal. Heavy pass towards Elise. Can Konsa see this out? Konsa holds off Elise well. Strokes it forward to Rodgers. As they stats it back in the deep for Declan Rice. Rice now right footed passes. Jed Spence. Jed Spence over halfway. Now down the left channel for Watkins. Gets to it for Upamecano. Upamecano puts a right foot tackle in. And he's furious there, Upamecano. Felt it should have been a France throw. Will go in favour of the 3 lines instead. Throw for Spence, level with the area. Now Eze just flicks up for himself. There's plenty of time to do that. Rice to Eze. And they're in a little game at the moment. Eze, 35 yards and goal on the inside left. Plays it into the feet of Tony. Coming up towards the box. Tackle from Rabiot. Tony trying to get it back. Tony does do so, then falls to Zaïre-Emery. Elise. It's in the French defence here with Gusto. Here we come. France towards halfway with Maxence Lacroix. It is Dean. Infield for Mbappe. About 5 yards in England half. Mbappe, nice switch. Control from Dembele. Ousmane Dembele, can he get a ball in? Dembele now tries playing behind for Elise. Cleared away from Konsa. Eze turns now, puts it through the legs of Dean. And now still, what a run here for Barry Eze. Eze then goes to the chip. Trying to catch up Mannion, couldn't quite do so. What a goal that would have been from Eze if he got that chip right. It was an excellent run. Just a dancing past dark blue shirts like they're not even there. So just couldn't get the chip right at Barry Eze. It is France with Rabiot. Just in front of halfway is Mbappe. Trying to play it in behind. Now he finds Barkla. Chance to make it forward to Barkla. Puts it beyond the reach of Dean Henderson. Well. France now are only 2 goals behind, and we have plenty of time left in the second half. This would be some comeback if France could pull it off. Bradley Barkla finishing this one off. It was started off from Zaïre-Emery, gave it to Rabiot. And the perfect ball in behind from Mbappe to Barkla. He just left Quanta for dead. Barkla using his fresh legs. He just breezed him behind a Quanta. Right foot to finish. Not a chance for Dean Henderson. It's France 2, England 4. We have a real game on our hands now, Miami. Could England throw away the chance to get their first ever bronze medal in this competition? Henderson goes on to Saka. Header from Dino, and he's past Tony. His pass blocked from Rabiot. Gay just touched it into the centre circle to Eze. England needs to get foothold of this. Rice now finds Rodgers on the inside right. Rodgers gets away from Rabiot. Rodgers then clipped from behind from Barkla, who scored the latest of the 6 goals. It has been extremely entertaining third place playoff. Yeah, Barkla got none of the ball. All of Morgan Rodgers. And free kick for England to take. And this one about 26, 27 yards out. Don't think this is shooting range for Declan Rice, that's for sure. Probably close to 30 yards out, actually. So Declan Rice ready to deliver. Right footed, straight to the arms of Mike Mannion, though. And now thrown quickly. Mbappe holds it up. Now clips over top and Dembele. If he's on England in real trouble, Ousmane Dembele. Dembele shot straight to Dean Henderson. Pushed away. Clearing Tony as far as Elise. His shot deflects wide. Off at Rice, England. And now all over the place. Complete roles reversal in this second half. It was a lovely ball behind for Dembele from Mbappe. Dembele's shot pushed away from Henderson. Awful clearance engaged straight to Elise. And then Rice stuck out his right foot to turn it over the bar. But England need to wake up here. And it wouldn't be surprising at all if Thomas Tuchel decides to make some subs soon. Actually, offside flag was up against France, so it's a free kick to England. It's a clip from Rice and headed away by the French defence, and now just behind halfway is Elise. Rabiot inside left. France moving it quickly. Barkley gets the ball stuck under his foot. Saka wins it off him. Saka back into Barkley, and that will be a free kick for England. That's exactly what England need to do. Just try and break it up, win the free kicks, try and frustrate the French. They got that momentum now. They'll be believing that they can get back in this. So free kick for England to take. And the free kick still waiting to be taken in. Well, actually, I think French players just hit it into the back of net, but England didn't take the free kick properly. So be Declan Rice now to take this free kick back for Ezri Konsa. And short from Spence. Spence now linked up well with Watkins on the left-hand side. Spence driving England forward. Spence can't quite find Tony. And it was blocked from Upamecano. That was really good work, though, between Watkins and Spence. Down the left-hand side. Just a reminder, if you are watching the game as well as listening, make sure you're watching through your local broadcaster. England found the crowd eating some popcorn, and certainly a game of worthy of somebody eating popcorn watching it, because it's certainly been an enthralling one. So it is Declan Rice to put the corner in from the left-hand side. Rice's corner fit for Tony, pushed away from Magnan down at his left-hand post. Now France out with Zaïre-Emery. Elise stopped in his tracks and Watkins. Tiny fit from Eze on the right. Can Eze get a ball in? Eze on the byline. Still Eze. Eze now, was he fouled from Elise? Nothing given. It's gone out of play. It'll be a France goal kick. A nice corner there from Declan Rice. Ivan Toney flicked it. Pushed away though from Mike Maignan. This was a nice header from Tony Maignan though. Did well to get down to it. It is Adrien Rabiot. And square to Malo Gusto. Almost found Rabiot. Rice intercepts. Saka. Square for Watkins. Now inside to Declan Rice. England can try and move it out of the deep part of their territory. Now Tony out here for Saka, who's on the left for the time being. Saka's attempted pass blocked from Gusto. Now fed back to Maignan. Here's Dean. Luca Dean falls for Elise. That's a run over halfway. Hour gone here in Miami. What a game this has been. France to England 4. Mbappe now looking to cut in. Still Mbappe takes heavy touch in the box. And Konsa takes command of the ball. Now Rice. He needs to take command midfield again. When France got back into it in the second half. Slap pass from Rodgers. Red from Zaïre-Emery. So Elise, 25 yards out. Elise into the D. Elise. Shot drilled just wide. Henderson left rooted. And France must be really believing now that they can take this at least to extra time. The way England just backing off. Elise in the D, swerving shot. Hit it with everything he had. Laces of the left boot. Just couldn't find the target. Short goal kick to Gay. Tony dropping deep. And now Spence, space running behind. Spence now with Watkins and Saka beside him. Spence goes for Rodgers instead, who's 25 yards out. Right in the middle, Saka being forced away from goal from Dean. England slowing it down midfield with Eze. Now Eze to Rice. Eze again. It's in the centre circle with Gay. Once more, Barry Eze. Gay gets it back from him. England just slowing it down, which is certainly not the worst thing to do. Rice, square for Gay. Out now on the left for Spence. Has Dembele and Rabiot around him. Goes behind him for Eze. Konsa. Here's Rice. Gay. Gay about 8-9 yards from the French half. Tapped it on his to his left to Eze. Inside to Declan Rice. England building patiently. Rice now driving towards the box like he did for the first goal. Watkins left side of box, keeping it well. Watkins now back for Eze. Eze, 25 yards and goal. Lift over top. Tony takes on the chest. Ivan Toney can't get a shot off. Zaïre heads away. And then there's a foul from Rice on Rabiot. There's a chance there for Ivan Toney. Quick free kick from France and too quick for the referee's liking. So it'll have to be another take for France here. Taking Upamecano. Elise. Walking it towards the centre circle. Well, played over halfway from Gusto to Dembele. Infield for Mbappe. Mbappe now up against Gay. Gay trying to turn him inside out, but that was a good tackle there from Spence. Oh, excellent balance from Spence. Spence has probably been England's best player this second half. Spence over halfway. Again, there is space in behind for England. Watkins now taking on Malo Gusto. Watkins gets beyond him. Watkins into the box. Watkins cross just bounced off for Toney. Falls back for Watkins. Cuts it back for Eze. Eze onto his left boot. Eze shot deflects in the air. Dean heads out the box and he's far as Rice. Now here's Watkins. Watkins. Facing up Malo Gusto. Watkins gets the cross towards the back stick. Dean meets it though instead of Toney. And now Zaïre. Elise, first time in the middle of his half. Barkley. Barkley had Saka close by on the blind side. Quickly played it back to Dean. Elise in a bit of room in his half. Elise approaching the centre circle. Now feeds it here for Zaïre. Wide left with Barkley. Mbappe, what's in the centre? Gets it now. Mbappe in the box square here for Dembele. Dembele on his left foot. Dembele shot straight to Henderson. What a chance for France to put the deficit down to 1. It sums up Dembele's tournament. Majority really poor finish there from Ousmane Dembele. Again, Dembele, he's had a weird tournament because the unbelievable game against Switzerland. Lifted from Henderson over the top of Spence though. And England living dangerously here. So throw for France midway in the English half. Rotate from Gusto. Rabiot. And now France 35 yards and goal with Warren Zaïre. Now we're to Dean. Inside to Zaïre. Out on the left now for Barkley, level with the corner of the area. Warren Zaïre. Now France dead centre. Upamecano 25 yards out. Upamecano deflected shot. Henderson pushes it away to his right. Where Barkley is. And now Dean left foot on top of the ball. France getting close to the area again. Zaïre slots the ball. So it's a move now right in the centre of Lacroix. Elise. Here's Malo Gusto, Dembele. First time pass in the box, tap to Gusto. France edge of the area with Elise. Now Dembele trying to feed it to Gusto. Spence trying to protect the ball. Gusto gets to it though. Low cross clear from Gay. And as far as Mbappe drags it back, but only as far as Rodgers in the end in the D. And then England clear their lines through on top towards Watkins. Watkins gets his head on it, but not enough contact for it to find a supporting run. And now France with Deo Upamecano. It is France on the ball on the right hand side. Dembele now. Mbappe first time to Elise. Back to Mbappe. Mbappe shots the bottom corner. Just under 25 minutes to go. What a game this has been, and what a comeback this could be for France. It's France 3, England 4. And Mbappe now in a hat-trick. England just cut open so easily. And after a tremendous first half from England, it is complete roles reversal. England now been pretty lazy and cut open at will. Yes, of course, this is a match Sereno wants to play, but still when you're on that pitch, you want to win. But England have just taken their foot completely off the gas. Konsa wasn't close enough to Mbappe. And when you're not close enough to Mbappe, he will more than likely punish you. Really great link up for France. And Didier Deschamps will be pleased with the character his side has shown in what will be his final game in charge. Now England spreading the ball from the restart straight away. It's a long towards Mbappe. Mbappe controls, tries to lift over Henderson, but Konsa's there. And actually, I don't think it took a touch off Konsa. It will be a goal kick to England. And the hydration break is much needed for Thomas Tuchel's side. In that ball over the top to Mbappe. Put hearts in the English mouse there. But Konsa just managed to get across and put Kylian Mbappe off. And England really need to wake up here. But, Ousmane Dembele mentioned he'd come with that little point to prove it. Again, he really didn't get going against Spain. In all the Paraguay game. But again, he did score against Morocco, assist against Sweden, got hat-trick against Norway. So it's been up and down tournament. Ousmane Dembele, Kylian Mbappe. He's now into double figures. Goal number 10 of this tournament for Kylian Mbappe. And the hydration break has been much needed for England, and it's been not the first time this tournament where England have really needed the hydration break. But you just sense right from the start of the second half, England were just way too relaxed. And although you could say with that good reason being fallen up, but then again, this France attack, when it gets going, it's devastating. And completely different France have shown up the second half. And this could be a long last 20 minutes or so for England. They couldn't hold out against Argentina. This would be so mentally damaging if England couldn't hold out here. Ends up losing this third place playoff. The French fans in the stands are jubilant despite this being had as a meaningless game. They'll want to finish on the high, and they want to witness of what be an incredible comeback if they could pull it off. And the passion as well from Didier Deschamps on the sidelines. He's going to miss it. That's for sure. He loves being in charge of his country, Didier Deschamps, and how he'd love. Of course, he would have loved to win the final, but and loved to leave on a high. And he would have been furious at half time, which probably shown the second half performance of the team talk would have given his players. So, can France score 2 goals in these remaining 20 minutes plus stoppage time? So, hydration break now is concluded. Well, France have finished theirs anyway. England about to finish theirs. So, game well and truly on here in Miami. And Kylian Mbappe, I mentioned a moment ago, into double figures. So the gauntlet laid down to Messi in the final tomorrow. For him to get a hat-trick if he wants that golden boot all to himself. As they go, Mbappe sign a yellow banner with that marker on it with a couple of hearts as well. Fans show their love to Kylian Mbappe. And again, he's had an up and down season, bro. I should say up and down, mostly down season, Real Madrid. He's come with a point to prove. A bit of back and forth, I think, Team Bellingham and the French bench about something. So Kane just been left on the bench. Boy, Declan Rice, he's still on the pitch, and Lots of talk about the illness, the injuries had this competition, but Arsenal will be watching on with plenty of worry. And then being left on, albeit they would have been pleased to see him score, but probably Mikel Arteta would have thought he'd been brought off by now. Pickford clips it towards Toney. It's now back on the way. Watkins, he chest it backwards. It just fall there for Quansah. Quansah now looks to take it over halfway. He's been tripped from Adrien Rabiot. England get that clinching goal. Well, maybe not the official clincher, but the one to just get a bit of daylight between them and France. Because the way this game has gone, even if England get a 2-goal cushion, still feel like France are right in this. Here's Rice in the centre circle from the short England free kick. Nice feet from Gay to wrong foot Elise. Still Mark Gay. Gay, who's definitely caught on his ankle there from Michael Elise. Referee Jesus Valenzuela had a good view of that. England just need to slow down the game. 18 minutes to go of normal time. France 3, England 4. Reminder, England were 4 up at the break. Here is Watkins now back on the halfway line for Spence. Declan Rice. And now Rice short for Eze. Here is Mark Gay. Wants to go backwards to Dean Henderson. Henderson, he's in the D. Henderson's pass. Has time now to find Toney in the centre circle. Looks at Rodgers. Toney felt he was fouled, and the referee gave advantage for a couple of seconds, but has pulled it back for a free kick for the Three Lions. Again, at least since the hydration break, just taking a slight sting out the French, and England can just try and break it up, win those free kicks. Going for straight France. So, free kick taken short in the centre circle from Rice. Gay. Ross goes just over halfway to Spence. As Watkins a support down the left. Spence goes backwards to Gay. Here's Quansah. Quansah available. Well, Quansah has it. Moves away from Barclay and field. Rice first time. Rodgers moving back onto the ball. And there's a switch now from Rodgers towards left. Spence keeps in play with his head. Is it down line? Watkins trying to hold off Malo Gusto, but Gusto pinches it off him. Gusto now goes inside to Zaïre-Emery. Elise. Zaïre-Emery again on the ball in his half. And Zaïre-Emery hits out Lacroix. Here's France with Upamecano. On the half turn is Zaïre-Emery. Over halfway to Dembele, and Dembele skips away from Spence. Here come France down left, ball for Gusto. Elise shot just wide. Oh, I thought that was going to be the moment for France to level it at 4-4, but Elise couldn't find Henderson's top right-hand corner. Malo Gusto rolled it into the centre of the penalty area. Elise didn't connect with the ball the way he was hoping to. The instep of his right foot, he put his shirt over his face. Elise knew that was a big opportunity. Short goal kick to Gay, goes direct, header from the centre circle from Lacroix. Clear from Rice, just in front of the D. And as far as Zaïre-Emery, now Rabiot, the cushion header back for Zaïre-Emery. First time for Upamecano. France now inside right. Edge of the box here with Elise. As Dembele gave it to him. Elise looking to cut in. Spence trying to force Elise away from goal. Goes inside to Zaïre-Emery. Mbappe just over 25 yards from goal, hits it outside the right to Dean. Mbappe receives it back in field, now flicks it to Dean. Dean cross block from Quansah. Luca Dean has it again. Mbappe receives it left side of the box. Mbappe, a few step overs. Brilliant feet from Mbappe. Mbappe now. Was he clipped in the box? Off they give then Saka. Well, he looks being fouled from Dean. And the referee has awarded a free kick to England. And Mbappe was twisting and turning. Yeah, Mbappe just lost his balance against Rodgers. Absolutely nothing in that at all. A slight shirt tug, but I wouldn't say that was enough for a penalty. Saka was definitely clipped though in the box. So free kick for England. And Saka looks in a little bit of pain here. It was just clipped from Luca Dean. And Saka just hobbling a bit, and You see Arsenal fans worried about Rice still being on. And you got Saka hobbling. So Jude Bellingham, who's been terrific for England this tournament. And he's got key doubles against Mexico and Norway. England into the semis, and now Rodgers dispossessed, and England free kick, and now France in the middle with Elise. Elise is Mbappe. Scoops it. Elise now controls it brilliantly, but that's a good tackle there from Ezri Konsa. And he's cleared it for a France throw on the left. Dean takes. Mbappe. And now Barcola, left-hand side of the box. Barcola. That's set up for Mbappe by Rabiot. Mbappe wraps his right foot around him. Around the ball. Now Dembele knocks it behind him for Gusto. Gusto is clipped from Watkins. The referee has awarded a free kick for France, close to the penalty area. So this is getting really worrying from England. Of course, the scars from the other night, not being able to hang on. At least that was only 1 goal lead against Argentina. This was a 4-goal lead at the break. Yes, of course, Argentina was the big occasion in the semi-final. It's only a third-place playoff, but still, this will be very damaging for England if they do not win this. So, free kick for France. About 23-24 yards from goal. So, Elise leaves it. Dembele flat free kick, cleared away from Konsa. Now cleared out the area from Eze, and England can push up. Gusto, square in the centre circle to Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery left-footed. France now, 30 yards from goal, inside left channel, Rabiot. Level with the box is Barcola. Barcola now, just behind the area, now gives it to Dean. Infield to Mbappe, Mbappe in the air, Mbappe shot for a tight angle, block from Konsa. And as far as Barcola completely misses the ball. Now Rodgers comes away with it. Rodgers being pulled back from Dean. And then it's a free kick for England. The two teammates of last season up against each other, but they're both on the way out. Luca Dean going to Paris Saint-Germain, and Morgan Rodgers on the way to Chelsea for a whopping 117 million. So it's actually double midfield substitution. I mentioned Jude Bellingham was coming on a moment ago, but Elliot Anderson will be accompanying him on the pitch. While Ivan Toney, he's had a solid outing. There was a cross in the first half which ran under his right foot. He's dropped deep, looked to link up the play. Berrieze, the other player coming off. He got the assist for Saka's second, which was England's fourth. So Bellingham and Anderson on. Speaking of whopping fees, Anderson only 1 million less than Rodgers Chelsea for his move to Man City. That was sorted during the tournament. Really early doors, actually. In this tournament now, short free kick from England. Rice square to Quansah, then lost on halfway from Saka. Here's Elise. Into the path of Zaire Emery. Now France with Dembele. 2 men around him. It's cut back here for Zaire Emery. Dembele chips to Zaire Emery, flicks it, intercepted from Spence. And laid off from Rodgers. Here's Bellingham. Now down the right-hand side. And now Watkins. Ollie Watkins. Face up the quad. Watkins needs help. Only has that in Saka. Watkins holds it up now. Has a steaming run here from Bellingham. Can he kill this one off? Jude Bellingham can't squeeze underneath Mannion. Johnson Rodgers. His shot blocked for Gusto. And France still well in this one. Bellingham thought it was going to get goal number 7 of the tournament for him. Elise down the left here for Barcola. Barcola now, wrong foot. Quansah, but Quansah now still stays with him in the box. Mbappe steps inside of Anderson. Elise lays it off, Dembele back for Elise. Elise wraps it wide. How on earth is it not 4 apiece? And Dembele and Elise, which has taken ages to take the shots off between each other. Elise laid off Dembele. And then cut back for Elise. Wrap this right foot around it. And in the end, hit the advertising hoardings and not the back of the net. Golden opportunity for Michael Elise. France have more than enough chances to be leading this. Never mind drawing it. And Didier Deschamps just put his hands behind his head. Massive opportunity there for Michael Olise. Declan Rice screaming at his teammates. This has been an awful second half from England. Really hasn't. I think actually the referee just needing some cream from the physio he's put on his legs. Think looks like maybe a bit of cramp for the referee here. Obviously can't be having that. Looks like the referee here, Jesus Valenzuela, should be fine. Mbappe in command now of the Golden Boot race. He's on 10, Messi on 8. So if it stays like this, Messi would need a hat-trick in tomorrow's final to finish as the Golden Boot winner. But to be honest, I think Messi, all he cares about, he'd love to score in the final, but he just wants to hold up, again, the trophy for a second time in a row. So Quansah is being looked at here by the England physios. Well, a stretch has been brought on as a precaution. Not sure what the exact issue is for Quansah. I don't think the stretch will be needed. Quansah's back on his feet. So Quansah will be coming off. Reece James, who's been injury struck this competition, he is coming on the pitch. So Quansah is the man making way. He's pulled up with a tight muscle. Jarell Quansah, of course, not quite sharp as he would have wanted to be. Again, that red card he got. The iconic Azteca in Mexico City. It was one of England's greatest nights. Pickford takes the free kick, head away from Lacroix. Now Olise in the centre circle. Anderson pressing. Olise holds him off. Now Dean. Back to Mannion. So 7 minutes of normal time to go. What a game this has been. The shackles have really been off. France 3, England 4. England were 4-0 up at the break, by the way. France now playing for England's midfield with ease. Ping towards left-hand side. Barkla controls with his right heel. France, 25 yards from goal. Tidy feet from Mbappe. Gets away for Anderson. Mbappe's shot, though, bounces straight into the midriff for Dean Henderson, who rolls it to Elliot Anderson. Anderson just goes safe to Gay. They'll be playing each other in Manchester, the blue half of Manchester next season. Spence back to Gay. Gay now brings it out of the area. Has his right foot on top of the ball. Anderson just comes out to England's left. Back here for Henderson. Has a bit of time here, Dean Henderson. Henderson, wrong foot to Mbappe. Henderson still on the ball. Gives it to Bellingham. First time to Quansah. James asking for it. Here's Jude Bellingham again. Bellingham now. It's a lovely ball from Jude Bellingham. Out to the left wing. Morgan Rogers now. Has to support runner Spence. Spence is used. Spence now. He was found in the box. The referee points to the spot. And there is a chance for England to possibly wrap things up and get the bronze medal. Malo Gusto was the man who gave away the penalty. Pretty easy decision for the referee, Jesus Valenzuela, to give. Yeah, it was a definite foul there from Gusto. Sliding into the back of Jed Spence, catching his left foot. That would, in fact, actually caught his right foot first. Completely took out Jed Spence. Easy decision there for the referee. So, England with 5 minutes to go have a chance to have a bit of respite between them and the French. So Harry Kane is obviously not on the pitch. There's up to Jude Bellingham. Chance him to get goal number 7. That'll move in level with his former Borussia Dortmund teammate, Erling Haaland, who of course exited the competition at the hands of England. And Bellingham got the match-winning double that game. So can Mannion keep France's hopes of a third-place finish alive? Can Jude Bellingham wrap it up here? Well, I thought Bellingham was going to take it. Fooled me. Well, of course, Saka takes a fair few penalties for Arsenal. His last 5 for club and country. Scored 4 of them. So Saka against Mannion. So Bellingham fooled me there. There's a bit of trend these days with players keeping hold of the ball and then waiting for the actual taker to take care of the ball at the last minute. So Mannion trying to put Saka off it. Referees make sure there'll be no encroachment. So Mannion now walks back on his line. Can England make it 5-3 and take a big step towards a bronze medal in this tournament for the first time in their history? Bukayo Saka now. Deep breath, little shimmy. Saka sends Mannion the wrong way. And it's a hat-trick for Bukayo Saka. Tucks it in, left-footed. Lovely penalty from Saka to send Mannion the wrong way. Deserved hat-trick for Saka. He's at it right from the start. Harry Kane comes across. The England skipper to embrace Saka. Surely that's it. France couldn't get a couple more to take it to extra time, could they? Yeah, Bellingham left it for Saka to get the hat-trick. And Saka, duly obliged, left-footed, rolled into Mannion's bottom left. A little bobble that the ball when Saka took the penalty. But a pretty clean contact though overall. And sending the keeper the wrong way. And surely that is game, set, and match for England. What has been a kamikaze game of football, to put it lightly. France 3, England 5, just 2 minutes of normal time to go. So Jules Koundé ready to come on. Lucas Digne dispossessed from the hat-trick man Saka. Here's Bellingham. Elliot Anderson. Right-footed. Links up with Rodgers in the England half. Anderson now looks in the centre circle, finds Bellingham. Now can England well and truly wrap this up. Anderson. Tidy feet in the centre circle, back now to Gay. Gay onto his right foot. Now Declan Rice. Rice. Short for Anderson. It is Spence. Spence now looks behind him for Gay. Declan Rice in the half turn. And now Rice has Gay wanting it again. It is Mark Gay coming towards the halfway line. Got right-footed pass. Very likely to Spence. Perhaps again England now could just kill this off. Declan Rice. And Anderson asking for it, but Elise blocks off the passing lane. Also Rabiot sticking tight to Rice. Gay into the feet of Rodgers. Holds it up against Zaire Emery. England just behind halfway. Jed Spence. Another impressive game. And the penalty a moment ago. Bellingham fights to keep hold of the ball. Now is Jed Spence. England looking for number 6. Spence trying to find Watkins. Intercept though from Lacroix. Now it's Digne to Elise. 30 seconds and all time left. France 3, England 5. Digne. Now Lacroix on the D. Wrong foot. Watkins. Elise and dropping deep. A bit of time on the ball, but England won't mind. It's in the French half at the moment. Upamecano to Malo Gusto. Now is Ousmane Dembele. Looks inside for Adrien Rabiot. Here's Gusto. Tap for Dembele. Now square for Elise. Wanted to Mbappe, intercepted from Konsa. Miscontrol from Bellingham. And now France with Elise. Edge of box, shot deflects. It was taken on from Barkla, that shot. They deflect off Declan Rice. We're into stoppage time now. Hasn't been officially announced how much will be added on. Well, actually, just now 7 minutes for France to get 2 goals to take this extra time. So Malo Gusto making way for Jules Koundé. Could that make a difference possibly with France? Maybe from set pieces. Digne links up with Mbappe in the short corner. He's slowing it down. And it looks like the linesman's put his flag up against Mbappe. And I think, yep, Mbappe was indeed offside. So correct decision there for the linesman. Not a great start to 7 minutes of stoppage time for France. And just reminding the 2 goals that take this to extra time. And Bukayo Saka, 5 attempts, 4 on target. And he's got a hat-trick out of that. So Dean Henderson to take the free kick on the inside right. It's been off the back of Watkins here from Lacroix, now held up here from that man Saka. Kick from, well, always kick from behind from Dean, nothing given. Now Lise, space open up here for France in the centre circle. Jules Koundé with his first touch. Now wide right is Dembele against Spence. Dembele cuts in, gives it to Elise. Good tackle there from Rice. And now Rodgers can bring the ball away for England. Tidy feet there from Bellingham, and he was clipped from Adrien Rabiot. Good game management so far from England. Extra time, I think. Bellingham calling to the referee to give a yellow card for Adrien Rabiot. Referee ignore though. So 2 of the 7 played. England making a substitution. And it is Trevor Chalobah to come on just to shore things up, help shore things up the back. Well, actually, I say shore things up, so like for like, really, with Mark Gay. That substitution. And kind of Thomas Tuchel going to back 3 after the backlash he got the other night from the English press. So free kick from England. And Conte goes back for Henderson. Inside the D, Henderson lifts it towards Rodgers, headed away. And now here is England the ball, nice turn, France on the ball, should say, with Maxence Lacroix. In the centre circles, Rabiot, now space for France inside right. Elise to Dembele. Dembele across the base of goal, clear from Chalobah. Good entrance on the pitch for him to clear straight away. Now Dembele right side of the box, looks to cut it back. Deflects off Anderson. Elise, tackle comes in from Rodgers. And from Watkins, I should say. Anderson to Spence. And just launched away now towards Watkins, but laid down from Upamecano. To Jules Koundé in the centre circle, Lacroix. Prodded on. Now is Mbappe. Mbappe, 25 yards and goal. Dead central position. Now rolls it into the path of Elise in the box. Elise, a few step overs, can't beat Spence. And that one-on-one situation cleared away from Spence. We are midway into the 7 minutes of stoppage time. England almost there to getting a bronze medal. France 3, England 5. France wide right by the corner flag with Michael Elise. But the referee just blows the whistle. Jed Spence is down here. I imagine it might be a bit of cramp. It's a great tackle from Spence against Elise. I think maybe when Spence went for a long clearance. Well, actually, it was Elise just flipping the left leg of Jed Spence. Spence probably feeling the pain from that. So Spence is moving gingerly here. Just being told from the referee to go off the field. And precautionary stretcher brought on, but definitely won't be needed for Jed Spence. Just a little tap on his... I'd say a tap obviously would have hurt, but yeah, nothing serious. That obviously involve a stretcher. Spence should be fine to come back on the pitch shortly. So the referee, the ball in his right hand, drops it down for Elise, and we can continue. Elise inside for Mbappe. Now France get one back to make the last 2 minutes very tetchy for England. Anderson puts a tackle in on Mbappe. Anderson good feet, now gives it to Rice. More good feet from an English player, this time Jude Bellingham. Unsurprisingly now Bellingham brings it over halfway. Bellingham trying to set away Rodgers. Pass cut out though. Header from Zaire Emery in the centre circle. And it's with England on halfway. Morgan Rodgers to Rice in the centre circle. Rice's pass to Telegraph. Inset from Upamecano. Now France in the box here on the right with Dembele. Dembele cuts in. Dembele's shot into the bottom corner. And France have a little bit of hope in the final minute and a half. Ousmane Dembele, right side of the box, cutting in onto his left foot and finishing beyond the reach of Dean Henderson. So England are not home and host yet here in Miami to a third place finish. Rice for the tired pass. His opposite number, Upamecano, intercepted. England open at the back. It was one-on-one. Dembele against Chalobah. Dembele sat him down. and just wrapped his left foot around the ball. No chance of Dean Henderson. Perfectly into the corner for Ousmane Dembele. So there is 1 more minute of stoppage time left for France to take this to extra time. They could they? Thomas Tuchel, I can't believe what he's seen. He thought his side were there. England just need to manage this. James. Now Saka. Into Dean. Anderson on the halfway line. Rice being pressed from Elise. Rice, sharp pass backwards to Konsa. Konsa now under real pressure from Mbappe. Nice spin from Konsa. First time from Anderson to James. Here's Konsa again. Tackle though from Barcola. James though wins it back for England. Here's Konsa. And now Declan Rice. Rice lost his balance against Barcola. Adrien Rabiot can get a ball in. James wins the challenge. Now James clears his line. Saka helps on. The 7 minutes are up. Now England trying to hold up with Watkins. Now Bellingham surges onto it. Can Bellingham wrap this up? Bellingham into the box. Bellingham shot. Rolfus Lacroix. Bellingham, can he take a shot off? He does. And he wraps it up. And England will be finishing 3rd place in the tournament. And I thought Bellingham was going to take a shot off quicker than he did, but he just stayed composed. It's goal number 7 for Jude Bellingham at the tournament. Great surge run. He's been brilliant since he's come on, Bellingham. He just used his power to get over halfway onto loose ball, got away from Upamecano, and he was left one-on-one with Lacroix. Took it onto his right boot. Jude Bellingham, when he had that space, just finished through legs of Upamecano, way past Mike Maignan. And England are finally there in what has been an absolutely chaotic 3rd place match. What a thriller. And there we have it in Miami. France 4, England 6. And England have their best ever finish in this tournament since they won it on home soil 1966. They finished in 3rd spot. Where teams start with that, it feels a lifetime ago when Declan Rice opened up the scoring in the 3rd minute. England then made it 2. Corner from Rice, Konsa headed in. Saka then starts off his hat-trick in the first half with a double. Then France came back and Mbappe got a double. Sandwiched in between that double was Bradley Barcola scoring. But it was just more chaos from there. As Saka scored a penalty, which Jed Spence won. Then Dembele got one back in stoppage time for France. Then Jude Bellingham, surging run to wrap it up for England. I need to take a breath now after that. What a game of football in Miami. It is England who will take a bronze medal. Yes, of course, that they wish it could have been a goal one in New York, in New Jersey, New York tomorrow, but not to be. And as I said a moment ago, it's their highest finish in this tournament since '66, so they can take pride from that. But one enthralling encounter in Miami in Didier Deschamps' final game in charge of the French national team. It is finished. France 4, England 6. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.